Okay, so I want to show you this trade, right, that triggered just at the open, just before the open. Right, it's a Bitcoin trade, and it's a big trade. What I want to show you, though, is what we ended up risking. The risk boxes are dynamic on the range detection bot. They calculate the risk that you should take, and they do vary vastly. Now, on this particular one, it was calculating down at the 127 mark, about 127. So that means you needed to risk $127 for this particular trade, right? And at no point did we breach that, right? And I'm just going to show you this by bringing this down here and just zooming in down here, so you can see we did not breach it. And then this went to the moon, right? Now, coming up here, and I'm just going to squash it up and show you. So from here to here, it is amounted to nearly $4,000 in 30 minutes. And then we've had a subsequent sell signal, which it doesn't actually look that big, but it's actually $630, right? So that's now playing out. And even if it doesn't do much, for instance, if it just comes to the range box, that is going to give us a trade of nearly 1,300. So these trades are actually quite deceptive. So that was a really, really good trade. Now, just looking at this, why I was really interested in it, one was the actual risk, and then the HT stands for higher time frame. We were just about hovering above higher time frame of 2B, and literally it's been doing that for a while. And literally we were just above ATR low again. So literally the fact that the range box painted and that there was protection there is why I took that trade. So, and now obviously it's now playing out to the other side. Now, just to let you know, we did have an ETH trade as well, and that played out for even bigger. Have I got the ETH screen to hand? 2 second mundos. Right, let's just yeah, I can do that. Let's bring the ETH screen up, which is number 23. 2 seconds whilst we bring this up. Right, okay, so on the ETH screen you can actually see the corresponding trade. Right, so we were at ATR low, so literally on this, we came down into that level, and we did that earlier on this morning, right? And I'm just going to maximize that chart, right, and just bring it up. I can't actually see just on this the time grid. Right, great, that's great. So let's just bring this up. That's the issue with having so many screens. Right, okay, so let's see what this ETH trade did. Right, so obviously we came down to ATR low, which was 3187. Right. We literally came into the range box earlier on at 7:21 AM. So this triggered earlier. Right, so this triggered earlier, and obviously we did have two attempts at this trade. In fact, we had 3 attempts at this trade. We had one there, and one there, and obviously we could have taken that trade as well. Now, this particular trade, obviously, from that key level, right, which is 2B and PDL, which is Friday low, that's actually popped a total of 3% and 96 points. Now, that's a significant trade on ETH. So, and now we're at ATR high, and guess what's happened? We now have triggered a trade down as well. So that's now playing out for another 27, well, nearly 27 points there. So these small moves are actually quite deceptive. So I just wanted to show you those 2 trades because I was actually excited about that, right? And I did take the Bitcoin one, but I didn't take the ETH one. And that's a nice beach. Now, I will actually just show you as well what's actually happened on the DAO as well. So you're getting a triple whammy today. Right, so this is the DAO. And literally, we got a signal here off this level, so you need to take these whiffies, these little green and red dots, with a level. That's really important. So we bounced off VWAP and POC was below us. Also got a range detection bot. We always need a range detection bot. Now we did get a trade here earlier on that did fail. So we actually got a stopping candle, we got a range detection bot, and we got an ATR high, and it didn't actually follow through. So that's actually a failed trade there. So, and then we've popped up, and then we've got divergence, and now that did follow through, although it's not really a massive trade, right? This does look like it's going to go higher and break all-time highs, because what we're seeing here, and I always said, you know, this is quite important, is this. We're seeing high volume candle there, high volume node, and then we're seeing a high volume node candle there. Now the key thing here is they are higher. So obviously I would expect this to go potentially higher. So we are at current day high, so obviously we are going to get some resistance and we're going to get some fighting, and it's at ATR high as well. So it has breached ATR high, but it hasn't closed above ATR high. So at the moment ATR high it's been a look above and fail, but it's sideways consolidation here at the highs. What I always say in that instance, and you can just see it there just starting, is we're building volume for higher. So I would not be rushing into shorting this. That's not actually what I would be looking at doing. So those are the trades that we've had on today. We've had a really big trade on BTC, really big trade. That was a good trade on the Dow. And obviously, as I've said, we did have that failed trade on that. But that's not what I class as an A-grade trade. It's a C at best. So because it literally, in fact, no, it's actually a B. So it is a B because we're at ATR high, right? So the reason I say it's not an A is because the range detection boxes are going higher, and the range detection boxes on the high boxes are failing. So each one has that one. The previous one has failed. Now, as you can see, we've got some high volume coming in here, and it is actually trying to sell down. So we may even get a reversal as we speak. But then you've got a pink candle there, so we've got some passive buy-in. Now, again, what I do say is when you get the passive buy-in, right, a level of passive buying there, and then level of passive buying here, that tells me one thing: the market wants to go higher. Now, whether or not the market will go higher, we don't know until we actually see that. So it's just obviously a point to note. Okay, so it's going to be a short video. This is just what we're doing, and it's been an exciting day. And I just want to just bring across one final screen, which I'm just going to get rid of the Dow, move the Dow over to one of the other screens, and we're just going to look quickly at what's happening on the sectors. So this might just give us a little bit of an inclination as to what's actually happening. So this, just bear with us on this chart. It's looking a little bit messy. There's a hell of a lot on this chart. This is the ES, right? Relative volume's low for the ES today. Tech's neutral, healthcare's neutral, utilities neutral, consumer stationery is in sell mode, finance is in buy. That's going to tell me one thing, right? Finance is in buy there, right? So potentially we could see the Dow going up higher because that's the bigger stocks. But what it is telling me this is not to get excited about it and not to really look for big targets, because bear in mind we've already done 100 points. Literally, we don't have a 3 out of 5 sector scenario, i.e. finance in buy, consumer staples in buy, healthcare in buy. Healthcare is normally the canary in the coal mine that tells us that we're going to be going up first thing. We haven't had that today. So that's looking pretty neutral. And we've got consumer staples in sell. So pretty much the Dow is in consolidation as we speak. So we could see at some point a little bit later this sell-off in the Dow, or that could be a balance point for higher. As we speak, we do not actually know what's going to happen, but what we can say is What's the probability of it flying up higher? It's not that high, right? Because the sectors are not showing, people are not moving into the sectors, buying into consumer stationery, staples, finance, and consumer discretionary. They're not buying into it in any way. Because if we get 3 out of 5 on that, we get a trend day. So obviously, it's just something to know. Tech is just sideways. I mean, it's just, let's get the paintbrush out. It's that sideways as we speak. NAS has done sideways for a good half hour now. So yeah, that's definitely sideways. And obviously you can see this is what the ES is doing. So we are going into this larger distribution. So we have got some fundamental resistance on the overall market. 5-day rolling high is sitting at 6134. So obviously we need to get past that, remount that, and then go up for a bigger trend update, so to speak. Doesn't look like that as we speak. The internals are showing that we're neutral. The VIX is low, and we on the NIS it's looking like a rotational day, and so is the tick. So the tick and the NIS are telling me on the overall markets we're looking at rotation. So that will give us some choppy results on the Dow, and that's actually what we're seeing as we speak. We're seeing tight range boxes. Just for reference, I will bring that back across, and then we'll end this video, because I think I've pretty much covered what I want to do on the market update, folks. Market update and trade update. And that is this. So you're seeing this choppy sideways action. Market does not know what to do on the Dow, so just bear that in mind. Okay, so that is this recording over and done with. Just before I go, is there any questions, folks? And has that helped you? Chris, have you got any questions? Are you still on?
No questions.
No questions. Cool. Imran, have you got any questions? No questions, Imran? Nope. Taj, any questions? Nope. Well, it's an easy show. We'll end on a beach.